All right, here we go. We're talking about fights. It is October 5th, 5 in the p.m., and we are on the eve of UFC 268, Usman versus Covington, number 2, the rematch. All right, let's go over these. We're going to get to the main card. Let's start with those prelims, a couple of prelims to look out for. Not going to be as heavy on predictions here, but fights to look at and really pay attention to. Edmen Shahbazyan against Imavov. Imavov, if I'm pronouncing that right. Tough guy, tough cat out of France. And with Shahbazyan, we got a young, hungry lion who has nothing but incredible talent and potential. He's had a couple of tough beats recently, but I think we're going to come back. We're going to see an improved Edmen Shahbazyan in this fight. That is the hope. I will make a prediction on that. Let's say Shahbazyan submission, and I'm going Sizzler and going first round sub to Shahbazyan. All right. Next fight. After that on the prelims is going to be Phil Hawes against Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis coming out of PFL. No predict on this one. Not sure how it's going to go. Both explosive strikers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a slugfest, maybe end in ground and pound. I don't know who's going to get it done, though. Next fight is Ally Aquinta, Bobby Green. Fun fight. Ooh, I like this one on the prelims. Now, I don't think we're necessarily going to see a finish on this fight. I think we'll most likely see this go to decision. I'm going to take Bobby Green. I think he'll probably control the stand-up, and I'm mainly saying that because Aquinta has had a bit of a layoff. We don't really know where he's at. He hasn't been as active. And Bobby Green's got some good momentum going into this fight. I think he gets it done via decision. Okay, now the main event on those prelims. This is a fun fight, fun matchup. This is Alex Pereira. It is his first fight in the UFC. He is a world champion kickboxer. One of his biggest credits to his name is knocking out the middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya, while Izzy was a kickboxer. And really, while Izzy was a top-tier kickboxer. And we saw him get KO'd. I believe he's actually beat him twice. Now, this is a completely different game we're talking about. We don't know what kind of mixed martial artist he is. And he's going up against a top-tier guy. So, will he be able to keep this on the feet? How dicey is his ground game, if at all? And can he stop the takedowns? If he can keep this on the feet, there aren't many people alive who could outstrike Alex Pereira. So this is very exciting. Look out for hooks and knees. This guy puts on a masterclass. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on to that main card. We kick it off with the legend Frankie Edgar against Marlon Chidovera. Boy, this is a tough matchup for Chido. Frankie's on a bit of a losing skid right now. He's coming off of a vicious KO loss to Corey Sandhagen. A flying knee for the ages. Absolutely beautiful from Sandhagen. It was a tough move from Frankie, and tough beat, but it just wasn't his night. And stepped in right into a beautifully timed and lucky, I don't mean it in a bad way, beautifully timed and lucky knee. I don't see this. I see Chidovera getting the win, but I see it happening via decision. I think this goes the distance, and I really do think that it will be Vera who takes it home. Next fight. This one's a sleeper, I think, on the main card. It is one of my favorite fights on this main card. We got Shane Burgos against Billy Corontillo. Corontillo, I'm really high on this guy. He is a fun, explosive fighter. He's got so many weapons. He'll piece you up. His boxing is incredible. Piece you up on the feet, mixes in knees and elbows all over the place, but also takes you down. And he links his takedowns in with strikes. So he enters your pocket with some blasting right hand, and then shoots for a single leg or something like that. And that right hand, we've seen it multiple times. I think it was in his fight on the Contender Series. He will light you up on that right hand, and then he's already got you down to the ground. You might be out cold just from that right hand, but he's so well conditioned to transition to taking you down. I think it makes him incredibly dangerous for Burgos, and I think Burgos is there to be hit. And I think Billy gets it done via TKO. Let's venture a guess. I'm going to say give 5 minutes for feeling out, letting him warm up. Let's say a second round TKO victory to Billy. Next up, not a sleeper. This is a lot of people's favorite fight on the card. We got Justin Gaichy against Michael Chandler. This is interesting. The media, the press leading up to this fight, how Michael Chandler tweeted out or posted something about I promise, whether he's promising the fans or promising Dana or promising Justin, that he will not be the first fighter to take a step back. Bold words. That's very interesting because both of these guys, I mean, to say that to a Justin Gaichy, I mean, he's one of a kind as far as how he walks into the fire. He's not one to back up. And I think that's a good way for Chandler to be getting into Gaethje's head. The way I see this going is Chandler's going to take him down. And now Chandler has the advantage. Well, I think he's got the power advantage on the feet, at least in the hands. I think Gaethje's got him in low kicks. He's got just about everybody in low kicks. He throws those so fast and so hard, and he doesn't need a lot of distance. He can have you in the pocket. But Chandler's not going to allow that to happen. I don't envision that. Chandler's going to take him down, where Chandler also has said advantage in the wrestling department. So I think he's got power on the feet in his hands. I think he's got advantage on the ground. Now, I don't want to root against. I'm certainly not rooting against Gaichy, but if I'm picking this, I really think that Chandler gets this fight down to the ground, and then he wins via TKO, ground and pound, ref stoppage. That's how I see it going. All right. So this is really interesting. Chandler, Namajunas, Usman, all out of the same camp. So the co-main, the co-main, and the main event are all coached by Trevor Whitman's team out of Denver. Trevor Whitman, busiest man of the night. He's going to be running around like crazy. So my other picks are going to be with his teammates. I hate to pick against Gaichy. I just think he's a little outmatched with Chandler's skill set. Next up, Rose Namajunas and Zhang Wei Lee. This is the rematch. It was spectacular, the first fight. Rose landed one of the most beautiful highlight reel head kicks. I mean, it was a work of art. Slipping that lead leg in her guard and just absolutely putting the lights out on Wei Lee. Now, I don't think this is going to be, we're going to see that fight again. I think this will be a very different fight. Here's some of the factors. So Wei Lee has not handled this loss well. She was blaming her camp. She was blaming her coaches. She was blaming the fans for booing her. It's like you're on foreign soil. I mean, you got to. This is part of the game. You got to. She just did not accept this loss and take any responsibility herself, and say either it wasn't my night or I wasn't prepared or Rose is Thug Rose, and she kicked my face off that night. She's not taking any ownership over this loss. So, what Wei Lee is going to show up? How did she go back to the drawing board and prepare better for her opponent? So, what do we know? She's left China and has moved to the States. And actually has been training with Henry Cejudo. And Henry Cejudo, Hall of Famer, world-class, triple champ. As cringy as he is, triple champ. And I think it seems to be the game plan is going to be, for Wei Lee, is to wrestle Rose. And I think Zhang Wei Lee is going to learn pretty quickly that Rose Namajunas is no punk on the ground. And if that really is her game plan and doesn't feel the confidence to stand with Rose and to try and outmatch her on the feet, I think they will go to the ground and Rose will get the submission. That is my guess. My prediction for this rematch. Rose with the sub, let's say round 3. Submission round 3, Rose Namajunas. On to the main event. Okay. Now, this was a fun first fight. I mean, this could be... This has war written all over it. This has potential for fight of the year written all over it. It's there's a lot of bad blood. It's Colby Covington. That is his brand, is bad blood. Disrespect, but also hard work, incredible skill set. Now, while Kobe's been taking a layoff and licking his wounds and also kissing Trump's ass and whatever else goes on brand with Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman has been whooping ass. And there's no ring rust there. What's he been doing? He's been knocking out Street Jesus. It's incredible the amount of talent that Usman has taken down in the time that Colby has recovered just to get this rematch. And I'm not saying we're going to see ring rust out of Colby, but I don't know that the opportunities have been there for him to be improving in the same way that Usman has. Usman has had to because his competition has kept going up. And in their first fight, which we almost saw it go the distance. We saw every ounce of that fight. I think it was ref stoppage within the last minute, and Colby was barely defending himself. He was taking a lot of damage to what was believed to be an already broken jaw, and Kamaru just continued to brutalize him. I do think we will see. I think we will see something similar to that. I can't imagine Kobe's gotten any worse. I really don't believe that, but I do think Usman has improved. He has gotten better, and he's done it in the octagon. If Covington has improved, he's done it in the gym. Completely different thing. I think Usman gets it done via TKO, but I don't think he's going to get him out there quick. I'm going to guess 4th round. 4th round. That's what I'm going with. I need to write these down. Okay, for Rose, what'd I say? 2nd round? 3rd round? I'll say 3rd round. I'll have to watch back the tape. I don't remember what I said. And I think Usman, it takes him 4 rounds to eventually KO, TKO Colby Covington. I don't know what kind of game plan Covington's going to have. Could this be the same game plan that he had against Rafael dos Anjos, where he just he threw hand combinations and then went right into wrestling, grinding you out on the cage. It's a boring style, but it's extremely effective for controlling the fight. I really didn't see him do that against Usman in the first. I think he really wanted to take Usman out in spectacular and violent fashion. Will that be his game plan again? It didn't work for him the first time. Now, with that said, it was that combo that Colby won in the first fight that kind of had Usman rocked, maybe the most we've seen him rocked in the octagon. But he came back and broke his jaw. Will Colby have that same strategy of I'm going to stand and bang with this guy? Or is he going to shift gears and really try for the takedowns? Usman, his sprawl is second to none, and I don't think that's going to go well for Colby. All right, that's it. Those are my picks. All right, it is October 5th. Fights are tomorrow night, October 6th. I am flying to California. I'm going to be watching those fights in California. And then we'll do a post-fight. Myself and Vanessa will do a post-fight breakdown on Sunday and probably have that up for you on Monday. So hope you enjoy the fights. What are your picks? Do you agree with mine? We'll see what happens. Enjoy. I'm out.